Hello everyone, welcome back to Games with Dialogue and my continuing playthrough slash playtest of my RPG Maker series. We are inside the skill shrine now. It has been about 2 months while this series has been on hiatus, so I ask for some leeway as I try to remember what I was doing. Anyways, let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, this button puzzle. I could not find anything online. I mean, what do you call this puzzle? The button pushing pattern puzzle? I don't know. I found some help with some of the other ones, which we'll get to later. But for this one, I made a mock-up on the debug map, just so that I could fiddle with it without worrying about breaking anything. So let me open this up. There's two forms. There's two images for the button, pressed and not pressed. When this button is on, when this switch is on, it will play a sound effect indicating the other switches go off. And I turn off their switch conditions, which I think works. So the ones that are adjacent will go off, which should put them in this position. And then if they go back on again, they switch off the adjacent switches. So it would go back to this one, and it would go to here. Now, I'm not sure if I need the loop or if this works. I don't even know if this works right now. I haven't tested it yet. I'm just saying that each of these 8 switches has that setup. When you activate one, it deactivates the 2 adjacent ones. I debated whether or not to put one in the middle. The thing is, I don't want players able to walk over the switches. They have to just interact with them. Which means the one in the middle would be adjacent to these 4. And I think it's too complicated for me to push the middle one so that the one in the middle deactivates and not have it affect the other 3 that are adjacent to it. So I'm leaving it blank. Also, there's no way to interact with it directly if I'm keeping the player on the outside. Speaking of keeping the player on the outside, I want to make sure that the priority keeps the player from walking on the switch. So I think I'll just change it to same as for everybody. So what I need to test is if the loop is necessary. I also need to test if this works correctly to affect the adjacent switches. I also need the player to be able to interact with the button, which I don't think it works right now. I'm going to just go through real quick and change the priority and make sure the trigger is player touch. Of course, I also need to make sure that the image animates when you push the button. But since I'm not sure, I'm pretty much sure it's not going to work until I put something in the contents that says when the player interacts with it, the switch is activated. Also, it looks like, well, we're only going to test this side over here, so I'm not too worried about these being set up properly just yet. I can do that when I'm not recording, because it's just time-consuming, really. I do want to make sure that the self-switch is off, and, okay, switch is on, good. All right. So let me save, and then let's try it. Oh, wait. I need to set my the character here on the map. So let's turn that off. And then, what is the button? Set starting position for player. Right, okay. Save changes, yes, all right. So let's see if I can walk over it. Let's see if I can touch it. Let's see if when I touch it, if it changes the new game. I'm invisible in the beginning. I forgot about that. Ah, right. So I have to turn off the invisibility. All right, that'll be easy enough. All right, so I need to click on this. Oh, I can walk over it. All right, and I can't interact with it. Oh, well, it looks like I can interact with that one because of the loop, I'm betting. Okay, all right. So let me come in here. Yeah, I'm betting the loop. I'm betting the loop is unnecessary. I need to be able to not walk over it. Oh, it's because they start without the switch on. Right. Okay. All right. But now that I'm here, let me think about this. It's going to start this way. When I touch it, it needs to activate the switch. Where did I put you? This one. This is button 8, so that means it's in the middle. So button 1 and button 7 need to be turned on. Yeah, but that's not right, because that just means that it starts on. It needs to... When I interact with it, it needs to turn on. So let me see here. Conditional branch creates a portion to be run only when specific conditions are met. What is the specific condition? Not actor. I mean... Yeah, not actor, because that just changes... Yeah, that's not going to work. When player is facing... That doesn't... Yeah, that's not it either. Button. When OK is... That might work. If OK button is pressed down, let me copy these two. Put them there. Right. But I need this one to be turned on. Okay. Okay. So we need button 8 turned on. And these two turned off. Right. Nope. We need button off. There we go. And this one off. Okay. We should also have a sound. What was that one? This one. Nope. Not edit. It's fine where it is. I need to copy it and paste it. Here. There we go. Okay. So if the button is pushed on this one, it should switch to this. And if it switches to this, the other two should go off. Okay. Copy, paste, delete. Okay. Okay. Then I don't need this, because this will do it automatically. Right. I'm thinking I don't need this at all. If I make it so that the player can't push this button once it's down, then I don't think I need this at all. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to propagate it around the other switches and change the relevant information. and then come back and see if that worked. That's button 7. So I need to change this to button 7. Right. And change this to button 8. Off. Right. And this one to button 6. Right. Off. Okay. Yeah. So let me spread that around, and then we'll see if that worked or not. The idea is that for right now, the idea is that we can't push the button once it's already in. Because the goal is to get all the buttons pushed in. So while the player is running around this circle, pushing buttons, trying to get them all to go in, they can't also push the button that's already pressed to depress it. I might change my mind on that just to make it more challenging, but I also think that it will just... I don't know. I have a feeling that I'm overlooking something, and that it might just be too easy. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I do need the middle one. We'll see. For now, I'm just going to propagate what I have, and then we'll test that. I mean, that's the point, is to test it. Okay, so I saved what I had already made over here. It shouldn't affect anything. I removed the switch names. It's just the structure that I had already made, so I can just copy-paste when I need it. I should not be able to walk over these now, and depending on which one I click... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The OK button. Yeah, unfortunately. All right. Well, I can't walk across it, so small victory there. But this didn't work like I had thought. So let me come back in here and look at this again. What can we do? If the switch is on, which we want to turn the switch on, the problem is we need to be able to turn the switch on by interacting with it. So how do I do that? Maybe it's just simple... No. No. Well, like I said, it's been 2 months, so I'm going to go back here to the pyramid, if I can find it. And... should be... the second floor? No. The third floor. Alright. Control switches. Pyramid switch center on. When you interact with it, it switches to this one. And it plays the gate noise. Which one connects to this floor? This one here. Okay. Path ahead is barred, and then if you hit the switch, pyramid switch. Oh. Uh-oh. Pyramid switch left. Right, right. Okay, hold on. It sounded like a passage open somewhere. Okay. So maybe that is all I need, then. Let's go back to the debug menu, then. Maybe that is all I need. If button 8 is on, we can remove this, then. These two go off. But everybody starts off already. So I need, in order to test this properly, I need to make some of these buttons on so that it rotates or switches out or changes which version I'm looking at. I think I can do that. Let's start. How would I start with this one on? Oh, I got it. Okay. All right. I think I got it. Whoops, no, I just need to edit. If this is off, then these go off. So we'll start with this on. And then we'll start with this off. Okay. If this is off, meaning I push it in, then these should go off. Okay. But in order to test that, I think I need to start with them on then. So how do I start with them on? What can I do? I think I can also switch these around to help me out with that. So let's say button 7 starts on. Sure. And this one starts on. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that works. Oh, wait. Will that change these? It may. Let's see what happens, and then go from there. That's not what I wanted to have happen. However... I missed one here, obviously. Can't walk across these. That's fine. Okay. All right. Come back here. How am I going to do this? Obviously, we're going to switch this back then. Right. Okay. If this button is on, I should be able to click it and make it on. If this button is on, then the other two go off. And the other two going off should put me there. Okay. I'm going to have to change this to on, then to test this. Okay. Also, while I'm here, let's fix this. Sure. Okay. Let's try it again. So I should be able to... Yeah, all right. That's what I was afraid of. I can't click on it. I can't make it do anything. Yeah. So somehow... Right. All right. The obstacle right now is getting it to actually trigger. Yeah, I think I can just do that. Let's see if that happens. What I'm concerned about is that just setting it to on means that when you boot up the area, the level, the map, whatever, it will just be on by default. I need it to turn on when I interact with it. Okay. Okay. All right, it worked. Fantastic. It works. So, once it's up like this, I need to be able to touch it. So all I really have to do is just copy what I did with this one. Put the name of the switch at the top here. So when I click on it as a player, it will activate the if portion. Simple enough. I'm just going to copy paste that, do it, and then we'll come back, another edit cut. All right, it's all set and ready to go. The three switches that are different, because they're adjacent to the two that are going to start pressed in, I changed things up a little bit. That one, this one, on, and this one needs to be changed. Don't look. Okay, you can look now. All right, so save. And let's try this again. See if it works. Obviously, I can't switch it back because, well, I don't have that set up, but that shouldn't be a problem. I might. There we go. Okay, so that works. But then what did I do wrong that these don't work? Oh, okay. All right, I got it. Yeah, when I pushed that one down, these should have changed, but they didn't. All right, we need to look at what I did with those two and why these aren't changing. Let's start with this one. So when this is up, pushing this switch turns the... Pushing this button turns this switch off, which makes it go here. Right. If this button is off, then the two adjacent buttons should switch off. Well, that's fine, except that they start off. So it doesn't matter. Then, in that case, they should be turned on. I think that's accurate. So let's change that. Okay. And let's do the same for this one. And then see how that goes. Hopefully that creates a cascading effect that affects everything. We'll see. This is a work in progress. Okay, here we go. Once more. Okay. So I shouldn't be able to click on these. Alright. Alright, great. I should be able to click this one, and this should go up. Right. But this one should have gone down. Oh, but I didn't change it. Right. I altered this one. That should have changed this one and this one. So what am I doing? Okay. All right. Let's look at this one again. When it's up, if I click on it, it puts the other two down. But that's because the other two... Wait. The other two start down. I think I got in my own way with this one. Yeah, I think I got in my own way with this one. I'll fiddle with it a little more. We'll see. I want to try this again. Okay, so we start here. What if I click? Yeah, it doesn't do anything with these other two. Okay, but if I click this, this doesn't go down. Right. That's supposed to push this one down. And if I click on this, they go down. They pop up. If I click on this, these two are supposed to go down as well. But they don't. So this one's working. These two are not doing what they're supposed to do. Is it just a simple... Oh, is it just a simple alternating page? Do I take this information and put it on this page so that this works? And then on the next one over, put this information on this page. It might be that simple. I'm going to try that. All right. I've fiddled with it for a little bit longer. Starting with number 5 over here in the bottom corner. I think what the problem was, the switches being on the page, on the first page, were causing me issues. So I've moved all of them to page 2. I do believe somebody told me once that the computer reads the pages from right to left, so it prioritizes the one that's in front, which is why these weren't switching. That seems to have fixed it for all the ones that I did it. I haven't done it on these two yet, and I probably should. Let's get rid of that. Copy this, paste it, delete this one. The other issue, well, let me finish this before we get into that other issue. I do believe that's fine. That's fine. Somehow, for some reason, this one, I'm not sure if the else is causing me problems. I'm thinking it might be. But the other problem is when I push this button in the middle here, this one goes down. You'll see it in a second when I show you. I'm still having some problems, which is, it's easier to show you than to just mention it and then not give you a visual representation. All right. This is fine. This is an okay starting point. I would prefer one of these buttons be down, or reverse it and have only one button sticking up while the others are already pushed in. But if I click this, you see how this one over here does something I don't want it to do. I don't know why. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. But if I click this, it goes back up, which it shouldn't do. This one should have gone back up. But now I have 3, so great, we're one step closer. If I click this, this one in the middle should have gone up again. Don't know why it didn't. We're one step closer. If I click this, this middle one pops up like it's supposed to. As far as I can tell, there's no difference between this button and this button, or this button. So I don't know why that happened. If I click this, the 2 sides pop up. I don't know what's the difference between these two, but if I do that, these 2 don't pop up. I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is that this corner one here and up here are reversed from every other button on the board. Maybe that's why it's giving me problems. Because if I do this, it does what I want it to do. This one does not. I can only imagine it's because they're reversed. However, if I do this, these 2 buttons should have gone down as well. This is how I want it to be. This is not doing what I need it to do. And then this one I haven't really messed with. So it not working is not a surprise. But this corner seems to be doing what I want it to do. So we're one step closer, which is fantastic. We just have to duplicate the success of this corner for the rest of the puzzle. Which shouldn't be a big deal. I just need to analyze what I've written. And then copy and paste it for the rest of the thing, right? It should be that simple. Yeah, the big problem, of course, is that these 2 in this corner are not accurate. Because they're the inverse of the others. Also, I don't think this else is giving me any kind of benefit. So I'll probably just switch it back. Yeah, I'll just switch it back. Speaking of, are there any other else's? I think, yeah, let's switch that back. This one, yeah. I don't think it was hurting me, but it was definitely being more complicated than I needed it to be. And then this one wasn't doing anything. Interesting that it doesn't have anything. Oh, I see. Maybe that's why. There we go. That should have fixed my issues, I hope. Button 2, button 4, good. That should have fixed the issues. Well, in that case, The two ones that are causing me problems are these corner pieces. Which we can fix. But the puzzle is basically working for the other half of the board. So we can just copy the whole thing if I want to. Let me go in. Copy this. There we go. And then go back to the skill shrine. It was the entrance. Right. And then I can just basically copy and paste here. Let's delete this. Well. Oh, no. No, I just basically, yeah. Where's that switch? This one. Do I want it to start in or out? If I make the whole puzzle start in, I basically have to invert everything I have. So we'll start everything out. New page. I could go in. Where are you? There we are. And then just probably call it the exact same thing so I don't get confused here. Yeah. Floor button 8. There we go. Floor button 8. All right. Player choice, same as characters. Player touch, same as characters. Should be good to go. Once I finish copying it up, I'm actually going to get rid of all of these because they're just going to make things more complicated than I need it to be. But yeah, it's just basically working on it to get it working the way I want it to in the corners. And then Bob's your uncle. It's all ready to go and we can move on to the next one. Unfortunately, I don't have time to get it all working and then show it to you. I'll have to continue working on it until next episode because I am out of time. But that shouldn't be a problem. The big scary one, the one that I'm dreading, the one that I went looking for online and everybody basically said the same thing. You're going to need a plugin to make it work, is the sliding floor puzzle. So I may reiterate. I may restructure this one. I may ditch it and try something else. But the next one we're going to work on is one where I found a forum post. Somebody explained the whole thing, how to get it to work. And that is pushing buttons in a sequence. But I'll save that for next episode. Until then, thank you everyone for joining me. Stay safe, and God bless you.